G'day, how you going? Ian Apples here, your acrylic guru from Australia. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I want to teach you what you can paint in acrylic. I'll get the size of the canvas up there and also the colours running up the screen that I'm going to use. Now in today's tutorial, I'm going to paint an eye like the iris and the pupil, just an image of it smoking in space. So we'll have space and all the smoke creating the shape of a beautiful eye, something eye-catching you can hang on your wall. All right, so get on over here and I want to show you just what I'm putting on the canvas. Now I want you to realize that we're just going to have mist creating the shape of this eye, and out here I want you to know, because if I just did it without explaining to you, you might just think, oh, he created an eye. But if you're not knowing where to lay this, you might not get the same look and you might be disappointed. So with the sclera of the eye, that's the white part of the eye, the sclera, you pretty much want a representation of some glare about here. Maybe up there a little bit. I'll show you as I'm painting it, but this is just what's in my mind. And you've got the pupil and the iris. Now what I've done, I've got some old pieces of paper, it was just some laminated paper actually, and I've cut the pupil and the iris size out so I can put them on top and get my mist happening when I need to. So I'll get back to them later. So get yourself some two pieces cut out, same size as your pupil and your iris, okay? I want a nice dark space looking sky, so I'm thinking I'm going to go with phthalo blue and Prussian blue. Now I've got some phthalo blue down here, so I don't want any retarder in here that I can see. So I'll get this, yeah, that's nice and dark. I'm using my putter on a brush because I used a little flat before and they just don't cut the mustard when I want to get something done like this. Now I want to tell you something, if you're doing one of my paintings and you think you're going to like it, do a small version of it first and just see how you went with it, and if you really like it, then go to a bigger canvas and you'll know exactly what to do instead of just going for a big canvas in the first place. Because sometimes we get lost when we're starting out our journey. We don't know what we're doing unless we're taught how to do it. I want to get it nice and even now. Now I've got some dioxazine purple here. I want to just get some of this stamped on just in a roundabout way, coming from there. I don't want to kill all the phthalo blue, okay? And I want to sink that into the blue as well. Everything's still wet. Just getting some space, background depth there. I've cleaned my brush, I'm picking up the Prussian blue, and I want this mainly dark at the edges around, filtering around the edges there. So a bit here, a bit there, probably some over here. I'm just stamping it on so I can control where it is. A little bit up here somewhere, get it on there. There we go, and maybe something here. Now you can wipe your brush and maybe right in the middle you can have some little aspects of darkness as well. Now I want to wipe that brush just so as when I'm pushing it down it's not creating black everywhere, hopefully. Okay, now I'll go right across the canvas. Now I didn't want to use retarder in this because it'll keep it wet too long. I want to be able to dry this so I can get the misty shape of the eye on the canvas here. Now I want to show you something here with flicking stars. It's important you know this or understand it. You can use so many ways of flicking stars. Some people use a fan brush and flick, or they go like this. But doing that, you can get spaghetti string-like ones, and in space you want lots of individual dots, okay? And the way to achieve that, I found, is a flat toothbrush, so it's not convex or concave, it's just flat. Grab yourself a good consistency of titanium white and just pull it out into a sheet like that. Boom. That's all you got to do, okay? Now grab yourself some water. I'll wet this toothbrush first, and now hopefully you can see that. I've put water here. So you pretty much get your toothbrush flat. You don't want to load it like this. You want to load it flat and flush with the edge of the bristles. So I'm going to come down there, and now what I want to do, that bit that I've pulled out like a flat sheet, I'm going to slowly incorporate that into that water puddle here. You don't want that water puddle massive and huge though. And then you want to make this a consistency so when you flick it on, they're not going to be see-throughy. You want to be able to see without having to do it all over again. Important when you've got this flat toothbrush loaded, it's just loaded all the way along there. And I can control this like I'm spray painting with a spray gun. Now I'll start out here, where are we? And I'll just gently get the feel. There we go. I just did a little bit, but they're coming off now, and they're coming off as stars. So I did just all that, okay? I'm coming down slow. Okay, I did all that just in one slow pull, and as I did, I moved the toothbrush. If I kept going like that, I would have got big, heavy, concentrated bits. And the more you do it, you get more confident and you can control what you do. And it's making big ones, small ones, close ones, whatever. Now I'm looking, do I want a concentrated bit? Maybe I feel I want something concentrated here. So I'll come off the painting and just get a concentrated area there. Now this is working because I've got it up on an easel. Down on the table might be a different story. I've never painted stars laying down on a table. So give it a go, and if it works for you, you know how to do it, good on you. But if you don't, well then you've answered your own question. And there we go. Don't overdo it. Simply dry this. Now once you've dried it, some of the big ones, mainly out of where the eye's going to be, some of the big ones, grab yourself a detailed brush and find some yellow and red. I'm just going to grab, I've got some Indian yellow here. So what I'll do, I'll get the tip of that brush loaded up so as I can dot it straight away without mucking around trying to paint it in, because then you'll start turning it into snot. And I'll come off the painting a bit. Let's just see if we can get some yellow ones. It's very minimal, but person looking at it, they will notice these things. Yellow ones. And now wash your brush and grab some of the red ones. I've just got some magenta here, quinacridone magenta. You don't want bright red. A magenta will probably be more of a spacey colour. And find and put some red ones on some big ones out there. What I'm doing, I'm putting some right near the yellow as well, just like that. Right next door to the yellow one. Just adds for more interest. That's it. And look around the place. You can even mix it on the brush. I've got some of it mixed on there, but that'll do, don't overdo it. You still want some white ones there. Now you've given that a good dry. I want to have it a good dry. Have a cup of tea, have a sandwich, go and get yourself a vanilla slice, anything. So as when we're smearing, we're not going to rip into stuff and turn it into snot, okay? Meanwhile, while the kettle's on, you can grab your little, I'm going to grab the pupil disc first. Finally remembered how to differentiate the pupil from the iris, because I used to get mixed up which one was the iris, but your pupils always dilate, and that's the little black bit. So now I know that the pupil is the black bit. So this is going to represent the pupil. Pretty much from corner to corner, where they cross in the middle is roughly the middle. You can just eye it up, but you want this reasonably in the middle there. About there. Push it on. Now you don't want that to move. You want to be able to do this comfortably. Now the next kind of brush you want to get so we can put that smear on is one with some stability. Now I've got two here just to show you an example. I'm going to use this one and I'll tell you why. This one here, I tried it out, but see how floppy and weak it is? When I'm doing it, I've got to press soft for it to do anything. When I press hard, it starts dying. It's dying. But this one, I can press hard and it's not dying. This one's been used to paint my black gesso over the years, and it's probably all still strong up to there. But this is going to do I can control this with the mist. Now we want this very, very soft. We don't want it wet, don't want any water. So I've got to find a dry part of my easel, which is right here. And I'm going to grab some of this white. That's good quality titanium white. You don't want nothing that's transparent. Now what I want to do is smear that, and I want to start loading this up. What I'm doing is I'm pulling a little bit out here and then using this fine amount here to load my brush. I'll just double check here. Yeah, look at that. See that? That is what you want. That's what you want on your canvas. So back to there, I'm pulling a little bit more on with the whole length of the brush. Don't just use a little bit, because then you're going to have a concentrated bit there. Smear it in there. Now when I come and do some on the canvas and I come back down, I'm going to have to do my next bit here. Otherwise I'll be pulling out all this dry back, because that's going to dry real quick. And now that's just my handle, that green tape there. I want to create, if anything I'm pulling out from this disc, you got bugger all on your brush. You don't need much on your brush. I'm going to load my brush up some more. You know how I'm loading my brush now. Coming around here. Oh, that's a bit strong.
That's okay, just take your time.
I'll push that handle around. I hope my camera's picking all this up. And you want to smear that. Get it smeary and smoky. This is such a simple but effective, I feel, project for you to do. And if you master it, put it on a nice decent piece and put it in your kitchen, on the wall or behind your dining table. And you just want to come out so it's evaporating, just like so. And that disc is simply stopping you getting any pushed in the middle there. This is creating the iris. We put the pupil disc on to create the iris, and I'm just coming around, if anything, coming lighter here.
Can we watch you pull that disc off, Ian? Please, please don't pull it off when the camera's off.
Yeah, I'll pull it off when you can see. I'm just about ready to do it now. So that's round. Let's pull that off. Okay. Now I've dried that, because we've got to put the tape over it. Now with this bigger one, I've put 3 there because it's a bigger surface. And you want to get this, you don't want to be crooked, you want to get it right in the middle. So just find your center there. Press it on. There we go. Grabbing your brush again, loading it up the way I showed you before. And this is going to gradually get a bit, we want to come, now we're going to make the sclera with this. Remember I showed you? So we're coming just I'm going to start up here a bit. I want a little bit up the top here, not too much. Just a bit of the sclera, the white part of the eye. And now pretty much from about 1 o'clock all the way down to about 5 o'clock. Don't go underneath your disc, just hold on to it, take your time. And we want to make kind of the shape of our eye. Now don't just go willy-nilly and do a little bit and hope you're going to get an eye, because you've got to plan for things to happen. Just something like that. So I'm coming off here.
Oh, you keep hitting that camera, Ian.
I know, it's right near my face. Now making the sclera here again, shape of the sclera. When you take the disc off, if these shapes aren't quite what you really want them to be, you can always fine tune them. Just the slightest down here. It's just like dusting it really. It really is. Now I'm going to take that template off. Oh, she's a bit crooked, but we'll get away with it. Now what I want to do, see here, I want to bring some of this just a bit more closer to there, just like that. But do not touch that sharp edge there, that hard white edge, otherwise you'll destroy the illusion. Because this is how we can control it. And this is why you wanted your canvas very dry, because you've got to rub it. What you could have done is probably done the outside one first after looking at it, and then you can get this one more prone to be in the centre. But I made a mistake, didn't I? Now what I want to do is slightly from the centre come out with some, I'll show you what I mean. I'm loading the brush up the same way, and from the centre, get most of that off your brush. You want to come and just, where are we about? Here. Use your centre there. Just get some of this. Come from there. Don't try and go here because you could go crooked. Come from here and then hit your canvas. Just getting something here because we're going to put some heavier ones there. And we just need these in it to create that illusion. Get some of them wider. Oh, that's a bit heavy, look at that. Not to worry. I'll have to put the heavy one over that to hide it. That's why you want very little on your brush. So we got those mist. Now grab some phthalo blue and you just want to tease your white. And we got to do, I'm doing it off the painting first. We got to do this, but we don't want to be all crooked. So I'm trying to think how to get it straight for you. I've just grabbed some tape coming from the centre of the eye, and we want a couple. So I'll do one, don't go beyond the centre. There, and I'll do a longer one here. So I'm coming off the tape, just so it's hitting the canvas. Oh, my hand is shaking. Now I've got to have a look at this just to see how worthy it is. Now that's okay. I'm going to try and do a freehand one, but no, I don't like my chances. I can probably do it from here. Resting my palm on there. Because you want thick ones and thin ones. I'm looking right into the centre there. Yeah, I can do it this way, that's okay. Those glary bits that you put there, that's what you've got to try and follow as well in that motion. Try and feather these to the same heaviness just to make them sit down, to blend in, I mean. I mean, I'm not perfect at what I do, but I just try my darndest. I am a bit disappointed. That one's heavy, so I'm going to try and fix that up. Because if anything, I want the pupil not as heavy as the rest of it. Where's our centre there? That's all I'm doing. Coming from the centre here. Is that wet? No, that's dry. That one there, I've got to distort that.
Someone's mowing their lawn, Ian.
Yeah, it's a sunny day today here in Perth. So people are probably taking advantage of that, little buddy. Now that bit there, I do want to fix because I definitely don't want you to do that. It just looks wrong. So I'm going to grab the phthalo blue just on a bit of a brush, or not on a bit of a brush, on a brush. And I just want to push that back down. Coming back here a bit. Please don't have to patch yours up like this. Now I've dried that. I'm just going to put this back, just so as I can put this back. Now if I didn't dry it, I'll be ripping it up again with putting this on. I've got to try and match it. So I don't expect you to be able to fix it up as simple as this, but that's why I don't want you to make this mistake. There we go. And now I'll just get that just from about, where are we? From about there now. That just looks a bit better. Now you know how your pupil always has that glare there? Grab this colour, the tainted white with phthalo blue. I'm going to come about here. So I'm putting it there and I want to come around and make it fade. Just go right to the edge there of the dilated pupil. Don't want it too tiny, I'll go a bit bigger. So I want the outside of this, what I'm putting on now, I want it feathery. I don't want it a sharp edge. So I'm getting it to the size there. This is important to have this here. I've wiped the paint off it and I'm just going to see if I can smear it. There we go. Just make it dusty on the outside edge there like that. And then we'll just intensify, we'll dry that and intensify the middle of it. Now I've dried it up there. I'm grabbing a detailed brush, just something I can dot in the centre with some brilliant white. And we want to just start from the centre. You don't want this to have a hard edge on it either. And you want to just walk it out to the edge where you need it, about that far. Then you just want to gingerly blur the edge of that as well. So I'll wipe the paint off the brush and I'm just gingerly blurring the edge of that into that blue. Just turn the light meter down a bit just so you can get an idea what it's looking like in real life. I'm going to sign this and then we'll reveal it. And I want to thank everybody who supports my channel. My channel members on YouTube here, hit the join tab, and my patrons. There's a Patreon link in the description below. Hit that if you want to become a patron. And there's also quite a few other links there. Now don't forget to check out my community tab on my YouTube channel here. If you are a channel member, there's content there for your eyes only. And there's content for patrons in the Patreon channel for their eyes only as well. Early content. There we go. That's not too shabby, is it? We've got a eye space cloud type of thing. I don't know what you call it, but it looks all right. And I know you can do it. Well, I had a lot of fun doing that, and if you like what you see here, you tell your friends, but if I've offended you in any way, you tell everybody. Also have a look at this other video of mine. Goodbye, good luck, and good on you.